plug it in? Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans, and welcome back in to the J.M. Bartley Arena, where Shaker Heights will be taking on the Meadville Bulldogs of the state of Pennsylvania. These two squads have already competed earlier in the season, and here's the stats from that game. Shaker really beat them out in just about everything. Shots attempted, 46-32. Shots on goal, 29-20. And in faceoffs, 26-19. The real thing about that game, though, was the power play percentage, of which Meadville was very effective and efficient. They were 4 for 7 on the power play, and it was a 6-5 win for Shaker. So 80% of those goals scored in that game came on the power play. So if Shaker can, number one, limit those power plays given up, but also limit the goals that can come from them, because penalties are just a part of the game. You can limit them, but at the same time, you're still probably going to have a couple at the end of the game. But Shaker Heights and Meadville, as we said, competed. It was 6-5 your final. The difference in that game is that Marios Kalergis had his one start of the season. All other starts have been from Michael Better. He started in every single game other than that one, and Marios Kalergis was able to get the victory over the Bulldogs. So it's kind of interesting to see if Michael Better, she should be back in net here today after having the day off yesterday. He should be back in between the pipes, and we'll see how he can perform against the same team Marios Kalergis was able to get that victory against. Shaker Heights, however, coming off of a big loss in their home opener, 7-3, was your final in that GLHL rivalry game. Now Shaker Heights looks forward to a team they've already played, and it's a known opponent, especially considering that victory in the BGSU Jamie Ruffner Memorial Tournament. The lights now coming up, as you can see. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to send you down to the ice as it's youth night, or I suppose day. It's a day game here at the J.M. Bartley Arena, so we're going to have them announce the starting lineups for Shaker, but right now we're going to send you down so you can hear them. Thanks for joining.
Welcome you to today's game. Your attendance and support of the student athletes on the ice at today's game is appreciated by both member schools competing today. Both teams are expected to exhibit the qualities of good sportsmanship throughout the contest. The administration for both schools requests the same from all fans in attendance. The officials assigned to this game have met extensive requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved by both schools to provide their important role in today's game. The officials for tonight's game are Mr. Nate Wilkie, Mr. Brian Pearson, and Mr. Mitch Botter. First, the starting lineup for the Meadville Bulldogs. In goal, number 35, Aiden Towdy. At defense, number 44, Sean Wilkinson. At defense, number 5, Paul Phillips. At left wing, number 25, Robert Mahoney. At right wing, number 15, Patrick Mahoney. And at center, number 7, Graham Shellhaas. And the rest of the Meadville Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are coached by Mr. Kyle Waite and assisted by Mr. Chase Leach, Mr. Jeremiah Ordos, and Mr. Richard Olivaugh. And now the starting lineup for your Shaker Heights Red Raiders. The starting lineup will be announced by our Shaker Youth Hockey Association players.
In goal, number 32, Michael Better. Defense, number 14, Big Cheese. On defense, number 12, Teddy McGinnis. Forward, number 5, Joey Moore. Forward, number 19, 71. Forward, number 21, Colin Art.
And the rest of your Shaker Heights Red Raiders. The Red Raiders are coached by Matt Hartley. He is assisted by Mike Bartley, Carson Strang, Grant Cassell, Nathan Chrisman, Britt Anderson, Alex O'Kicki, and athletic trainers Bob Collins and Jordan Williams. Now, please rise, remove your hats, and join us in singing our national anthem.
first, you can talk about the 17. Okay.
And we are set after the Anthem of the Nation for your good old ice hockey game. Not sure what the cameraman's doing. He's flipping all around the world, but now we're back to it to show you the good old game of Shaker Heights versus the Meadville Bulldogs, a squad out of the state of Pennsylvania. Now we were correct. Michael Better is the starting goaltender here today for Shaker Heights, again getting the day off on Saturday, and it's a much needed rest after the home opener game. That's a game that has a ton of momentum behind it. It's going to take all the energy out of you, and so now he got that day off, and he's set to start against a squad in which he hasn't played yet, but he knows very well, and a lot of these players do, including just about this entire lineup that is set to start out here today. You heard the starting lineups from the Youth Association players. It's going to be Colin Arth to get the start at center. He's to take the opening draw, but Meadville wins it back, and we are underway. Meadville sporting the all black look, a bit resembling of those old Chicago Blackhawk alternates from way back when. This one goes all the way down the length of the ice, but it was off number 44 stick of Meadville, Pennsylvania. And a guy slides right into the boards. It's Joey Moore sliding into those backboards, but he's back on his feet and getting set to go. Of course, Joey Moore, the guy that you're never going to see take a shift off. And right now, already that time, trying to lay the body on the far side boards. This one caught by Michael Better out of the air. He was thinking about dropping it off to one of his defensemen out in front, but he's going to let this one be. And so here's the thing. We got 16:21 left to go in this first period. What does that mean? Well, we're sporting 17-minute periods today. Why? We're not really sure. But I guess the coaches just agreed that they wanted more play time. And so that's what they're going to get today, as Shaker Heights gets an extra 2 minutes per period to face off against these Meadville Bulldogs. So we're not getting 15-minute periods, instead 17. Lenahan out to the front, looking for Connor Mayhew, and it slides right in. Mayhew back to it. And you can see the brother Colby Mayhew running all around with the flag, as Shaker is off to an early start, only 56 seconds into this one. Mayhew gets the scoring started, 1-0. Your Red Raiders lead it. And that's why, actually, for our puck in the net picks, nobody decided to go with Connor Mayhew, because it feels too easy at this point to go with Connor Mayhew. He has just been on a roll. No different here today as he starts us off. Connor Mayhew scored 2 in that affair on Friday against Padua Franciscan. Again, they did lose it 7-3. The other goal came from Lowell Rich. It was that third line's first goal of the season. Right now, Rich is actually out there with Lenahan and Kiltz. A different look on this forward three. On defense right now, it's Dylan Orsepke and Cole Richard. Richard wraps this one around the boards. It'll miss the stick of Rich. There, a shot from the point from 13 made its way to the butterfly position of Michael Better as he drops down and makes the save. 15-15 left to go in the first period. This save made once again by Michael Better, dropping down, making the save as the puck flies right into the logo on his chest. 15-13 to go in this first period of play. Shaker leading 1-0. Goal came 56 seconds in. Meadville today without an accessible roster, at least not a publicly accessible roster. Here's a penalty from the neutral zone. That shot's going to go wide, so Meadville takes it over from that far side corner. And well, now it's basically like we're starting the first period with a 1-goal bump and a man in the penalty box. 15 minutes left to go in this first period of play. Meadville man in the box, number 16. But as we were saying, no really publicly accessible rosters for Meadville. And so we're just today going to have to go with the numerals. That shot goes wide. Shaker off to a quick power play. They went 0 for 2 in their last game against Meadville. Joey Moore to the far side, Lenahan. Lenahan back to Mayhew. Mayhew to the near side, Richard. Looking for the shot. He's not going to take it. Moore back into the near side. The back goal. And they dump this one down. 100 seconds left to go on penalty time. Richard hangs on to it. The one defenseman out right now for the Red Raiders. Leaves it to Lenahan. Lenahan skates it on back around the blue line, playing it cautiously, but this pass from AU, he was looking to go along the blue line, was tipped out, and so Shaker needs to touch up between the two blue lines of center ice. Meadville pressuring down. Number 7 giving chase to Connor Mayhew. Mayhew up, finding Cole Richard, and Richard skates it on down back into the attacking zone, leaves it to Lenahan. Lenahan with an opportunity, but number 5 takes it over and begins a rush of his own. It's a one-on-one. He's just going to shoot this one before anything can really get started because the rest of his penalty killers are getting a change. So it was him by himself, and now he's under pressure by 4 different Raiders to get the puck out of his possession, and Bulldog is going to help out, but the Raiders still with double the numbers are going to take it away. It's a 2-on-2 rush. Moore leaves it to Lenahan. This one's going to go wide. Benincasa picks it up, and that pass will go off of Lenahan, and eventually will be in possession of Meadville. They clear it down. 13:20 to go in the first period. Benincasa to the far side boards. Rich is out there. He's going to go cross-ice feed to Cam Mayhew, who's now out there as one of 2 defensemen, repping power play line 2. Out there on offense right now, Kiltz, Rich, and Juan. 2 seconds left to go in power play time. It is now killed off. And we are back to 5-on-5 ice hockey. Benincasa looking for a shot. He's going to take it. It went very much wide. 0 shots on goal from the power play. Again, special team situations, whether it be on the power play or the penalty kill, it's just something that they need to continue working on because right now it's still just not working out for them, whether they're on the man advantage, whether they are short of the man advantage. And they've had actually situations where they were down 5-3 and they were able to kill it off, but still not an ideal situation. And when they did kill it off, it came honestly as quite a surprise considering they have just not been cooking in that regard. But it was a big deal out there in BG when they were able to get that done. Right now, Salmon, Schneider, Brokaw, the forward 3. Brokaw, the freshman, I guess, getting elevated from the 4th line of offense. So now he's out there in line 3. Brokaw actually scored 1 in that game for the Jamie Ruffner Memorial Tournament. This pass up to Aiden Salmon. Can he catch him on a bad change? He's looking for the shot. Good stick work by number 13. Killing the momentum before he was able to get his shot away. Joey Moore and Colin Arth join Salmon, but now Salmon's going to hop off for a change to bring in Sebi Juan, who was just recently out there, but he's coming back. Braden White currently out with Cam Mayhew to make the defensive pairing. Shaker dumping it down in the Meadville offensive zone. 1-0. Shaker Heights currently leading with 11:30 left to go in the first period. That pass, not good. Braden White, however, going to take it over and dump this one down. Icing is waved off. 11:20 to go. Meadville coming back out for the regular season game against Shaker Heights. They've already played once before, and I believe Meadville is once again in the Thornton Park Ice Tournament, so they're going to be right back here for that tournament next weekend. Number 5 looking for the shooting lane, and honestly, good accuracy, but a better save for Michael Better with the blocker of the right hand. Gets it away. Sebi Juan along the blue line will get it out to the neutral zone, but Meadville takes it right back, dumps it down. 10:40 to go in the first period. Shaker has control of it in their own zone. The far side corner, Benincasa wraps it around, looking for Lenahan. Lenahan keeps it moving up. Juan off the backhand, just sends it right back to a Bulldog in the neutral zone. Mayhew's going to be the first man there. He was thinking of leaving it to Lenahan, but Lenahan overskated it. Ooh, good stick work that time by Mayhew, getting it back to Lenahan as he entered into the blue line. Let's see what they can get done. McGinnis takes a shot, however, it'll go wide. Kiltz currently out there with Lenahan and Mayhew. Kiltz wrapping it around, finds Mayhew once again. Now Lenahan. Lenahan loses it, trying to split a couple of Bulldogs that were set up in front of the slot. Shaker pressuring just right now. Lenahan into the front for Mayhew, but a great save by number 35 of the Meadville Bulldogs, keeping it a one-goal affair with just less than 10 minutes to go in the first period. As you can see up on that scoreboard, 9:46 to go in this first frame. Shaker up by 1. The traditional third line of offense back out. Axel Schneider to take this faceoff. And a bit of a tie-up. Lowell, Rich, and Salmon trying to help out. There the puck gets caught in the skates of the referee, needing to get out of the way. But actually might have worked to the benefit of Shaker Heights, because then they continued their attack. But now here we go. Good back check by Lowell, Rich, getting the chance over with before it really got started in the neutral zone. They were on the rush, but a great back check of number 7 of Shaker Heights got it done. Got it done early. Here's Salmon taking it back up to the red line of center ice. Under pressure. Here, incidental contact in the neutral zone. There, a good chance for Rich and Schneider, but it'll go awry. Back to the neutral zone. Shaker trying to get this first before it made its way to the goal line. It's going to be Cole Richard on the pass up, looking for Sepke. Along the blue line, pickpocketed the loose puck. Will find its way to Schneiberg, who's met once more by Dylan Ursepke. Right now, Schneiberg, Isaac Lazar, and Max Brokaw making the typically traditional fourth line of offense. Brokaw leaves this one to Schneiberg. Schneiberg looking for the shot, and it would have gone wide, but it's going to be a glove save regardless by the goaltender, number 35 of the Meadville Bulldogs. The goal scored by Connor Mayhew less than a minute into the game. Since then, no offense to speak of just yet afterward. Arth to Moore. Moore goes back to the blue line. An awkward look for Cam Mayhew, but it's all right if he's able to keep it inside of the blue line. Here we go. Arth takes the shot, and a good save once more by number 35, and there a harsh hit by Joey Moore once again. So the captain will head to the box. We'll make sure it's just for 2, because that was not a kind hit from Joey Moore. He'll skate around, making sure he knows that this is going to be a 2-minute, and now he's going to skate it back down. And it looks like it's going to be 5. They need to fix the scoreboard. Right now it says 2, but it's going to be a 5-minute major on Joey Moore. We're waiting for the scoreboard operator to get it done. Still says 2 for the moment. Eventually, we'll get this set. And now we got it set up to the scoreboard. 5-minute penalty for boarding. Joey Moore rests in the box, joined by Noah Mayan, who is another backup to Michael Better. The goaltender rests there to give a guy on the penalty some company. Here's Arth trying to skate it out, and well, that did kill a little bit of time, but not too much. 8 minutes to go in this first period. We're over halfway through this first period. But still 4:35 left to go on Meadville power play time. Number 25 skating around the forwards. Great skate block by Andy Benincasa, dropping down to a knee. But Meadville maintains control up to the point. It's with number 5. 5 back to 25. Set up in the far side corner boards. And this pass looks like it'll go awry. Sebi Juan just trying to clear it out, just not able to, as he was met by number 29 of Meadville, just barely keeping it in. Right now, the referee chased down by the players behind the net. He has to get out of the way, and eventually he will, leaving it to a 2-on-2 battle for possession where Meadville's going to take it. That could have been another boarding on Shaker, but luckily they're not going to call it this time. It was Cole Richard, I believe, on the hit. And yeah, that could have been a little bit dangerous. Would have created a 2-minute 5-on-3 Luckily not the case. The referees decide to let that one go. Here's number 15, centering it into the slot. Nobody there. Here's a secondary chance, and the shot tipped up and into the netting. A minute and a half gone on the 5-minute major. 3:30 left to go for Shaker to kill off. Shaker right now leading all the categories. Shots on goal right now. It's 5-2. But Meadville with a great opportunity to tie up those kinds of stats and even tie up the game with one goal coming in their long power play. Even one goal could go a long way to get back a little bit of momentum. Lenahan keeps it out from the blue line, takes it back to the neutral zone as they dump it right back in. McGinnis dumps it right back out, and here's a great opportunity created by Mayhew. Great breakaway chance! And somehow the save was made. It sits under the rear of the goaltender, number 35, as he jumps up. And he's probably a little frustrated at his defense for that one. That was all on the defense, letting that chance really get going. But granted, all the credit to Connor Mayhew, who is now dropping down for the faceoff. Arth, the other forward on defense right now. It's Richard and Benincasa. 6:10 to go in the first period. Wrapped around the boards. It's to number 25. Meadville playing it really slow for the time being. But granted, they're not even halfway through this 5-minute major power play. Here's number 25 skating around the defense, looking for a pass into the slot. The net was wide open. Here's another shot from the points. Rebounds are given up, but Michael Better leans over onto the puck, slaps the leather down, and gets the whistle. 2:36 left to go in the Meadville power play. 5:52 to go in the first period. Again, we'll continue to remind you, 17-minute periods here in this game. Just because the coaches agreed we wanted a bit more time on the ice today to get these teams a bit warmed up. And these teams, honestly, especially with that game in BG, these are two teams that have been very comparable. And I don't want to say equal, but they've played very equal to each other in their past few meetings. And so getting 6 more minutes in total, not too bad, considering we love ice hockey here at the J.M. Bartley Arena. This one sent up and into the netting by Shaker Heights, so it's going to be in their own zone for the face-off. Right now it's Rich and Kiltz to take the forward shift on the penalty kill. Still 2:06 to go on the penalty kill. Right now Kiltz swinging at it to clear, and eventually it will on the second attempt. Number 13 of Meadville takes it out from behind the net, goes cross ice. He was looking for number 9. Braden White says no, swings at it, sends it right back down where it came from. Meadville's defensive zone. They've been in that zone a lot, and here's Kiltz on the shorthand, gets it to Rich. Rich takes the shot. He held on to it for just a bit too long, let the goalie get in position. The shot taken, but the save made. Michael Better making a save on his own end. Rich picks it up, tries to clear it down. It'll hit the skate of number 13 and be kept inside of the blue line. 80 seconds left to go on the power play. The shot made, the save made by Better. Great accuracy right now from these Meadville shots, but right now still not a ton of shots as we have 4.5 to go in the first period. There, a blocker save. It'll go wide. I think it would have gone wide regardless. Here's another shot making its way through the traffic. Michael Better gloves this one up with the left hand. 4:20 to go in the first period, a minute 04 to go in Joey Moore's 5-minute major penalty. It was for boarding. It was not a kind hit from Joey Moore. Sent a guy really head first into the boards. And typically, if you're a referee, if you see an unaware guy get hit into the boards and have the head kind of make that move backward, it's pretty clear when the referee is going to make that call. Everyone at the J.M. Bartley Arena looked at each other and they were like, yep, there's nothing you could have really said to defend that kind of hit. Here's a 2-on-1 developing as Sebi Juan takes it out from the blue line. Up to Mayhew. Mayhew takes the shot and a good save makes its way into the netting, and once again, it's kept to a 1-goal game. Shaker has had more shots on goal in this 5-minute power play than Meadville has. .36 seconds to go. Joey Moore still sits in the box. He'll be standing in just about 30. Number 7 thrown out of the face-off dot for Meadville. Lowell Rich going to win this face-off back. He's one of those guys that has been really effective up against the face-off dot this season. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Meadville controls it, poked away by Rich, but now back up to the blue line. Here's a slap shot, and a good tip makes its way in. Almost killed it off. Joey Moore was about to exit the penalty box, but we got to remember 5-minute major, so even though only 17 seconds were left on the penalty, he still has to sit there for those final moments. 3:33 left to go in the first period, but now we're tied up at a goal apiece. The defense now going to be McGinnis and Benincasa. The forward two going to be Schneider and Salmon. Shaker wins this one back, but it'll glide all the way back to their own zone, and now they're under pressure once again. Down a man. Joey Moore getting set to stand in the penalty box, and now he does. Salmon sends this one down the ice as he gets a big hit laid on him. But now Joey Moore out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. 3:10 left to go in the first period, but we play on. Meadville on a 2-on-2 rush, and not sure what number 19 was trying to do there. As he was trying to skate this one up, he just lost puck possession, even though he was uncontested. Here's Joey Moore taking the shot, and a good kick save by number 35, dropping down to make the save, dropping down to that blue paint of his crease. Keeping this one inside of the blue line was Ersepke, but the referee calls it offsides, and everyone a little bit baffled because that was definitely kept on the blue line. Of course, as we've seen in these Shaker versus Meadville games, referees have not been Shaker's best friend. But of course, very different referees we can assume in this game compared to the last. Right now it's Lazar out with Schneider and Salmon. Bartley trying to see if any of these freshmen can make something happen, and right there Lazar almost had a great assist as he sent it across the slot for Aiden Salmon to try to bury one home, but Salmon couldn't get the shot away. At least he couldn't get it off on target. Richard flips this one up across the blue lines, in between the blue lines of the neutral zone. 2:10 left to go in the first period. Shaker Heights holding on to the puck possession, trying to get a shot away as Isaac Lazar in front of the blue paint. A secondary chance for Lazar as he's taken down. He's hit up high as well as he was down. A little bit of a cheap shot from Meadville, but Meadville will be able to clear without a delayed penalty to their name. 1:50 to go in the first period. Richard along the blue line. The forwards currently Kiltz, Lenahan, and Mayhew. This shot goes wide. The first man there is going to be Dylan Ersepke, the defenseman, under pressure by a couple of forwards of the Bulldogs. It will escape the zone, and that's going to be offsides if Meadville touches up. So instead, it's going to be Ersepke taking matters into his own hands, taking the shot up against the blue line, and it's going to be a frozen puck by the goaltender, number 35. He waits for the whistle. He gets the whistle with 84 seconds remaining in the first period. 1-1 the current score. Meadville scoring to tie this one up moments ago for the dying seconds of Joey Moore's major boarding penalty. Joey Moore to take this face off. A couple of guys tied up. It's going to be Arth to eventually fish it out. But now from that far side corner, who's going to take it? Now a couple of big hits as Arth is undergoing some physical contact right now against number 44, and eventually we're going to get the whistle blown, and we'll see who's sent to the box. Maybe it'll be both of them. And it looks like it will be both of them. They call number 44 on a cross-check. They call Colin Arth on the cross-check, but it'll stick at 5 men per side. Shaker going to get a late change before the face-off gets going. 72 seconds left to go in the first period of play. So again, we stick to 5-on-5, but keep in mind those two guys in the penalty boxes will not be able to play in the dying seconds. Braden White tries to clear it out of the zone. Meadville's number 28 with great stick work, but it can't beat Ryan Lenahan as he goes cross ice, finds Mayhew. Mayhew fans on the shot. He sent it into the slot, but nobody home. And so now Meadville with the opportunity to clear, but Braden White is a big man. He was able to keep it in with really just force, keeping it within the blue line in the attacking zone, but eventually Meadville will clear it. 38 seconds to go in this first period. 1-1 the current score. Here at the J.M. Bartley Arena, a lot less packed than it was just on Friday night. Of course, the two sold-out games every single season. They're going to be the home opener, and it's the game against University School. And once again, this year it is going to be at the J.M. Bartley Arena. Here's Joey Moore creating a great chance, taking the shot, and falling back onto his behind was number 35, the goaltender, to make the save. But what really matters is make the save he did with 27 seconds to go in the first. Shaker scored in the first 56 seconds of the game, but ever since that point, number 35 with some great saves for Meadville. Right now the captain, number 25, holds on. He goes cross ice. Should be icing, but it looks like it's going to be waved off. Not exactly sure why, but here's a great chance to take the lead, but number 7 robbed by Michael Better, keeping it a tied game. And here's Sebi Juan with a chance, taking the shot. It goes wide. 2 seconds left to go. Benincasa takes a rip. Juan trying to get a tip in, but it looks like time expired before anything could make its way into the back of the net. So we have a lot to talk about when we come back. Good looks from both teams. Of course, Shaker off to an early start as they scored less than a minute into the game. Meadville tied it up, I think it was 4 minutes, 24 seconds into the 5-minute major. But what really matters is they got the goal and tied this one up at 1 apiece. Shaker with that early goal couldn't capitalize anymore in the final, in the final 16 minutes of the period. That's right, 17 minutes per period is what we have for you here today. And we're still going to have 34 minutes of ice hockey time when we return from the first intermission. Now, since it's Youth Day, I believe we're going to be seeing some of the youth guys coming out to the ice. At least that's typically the case. We'll see if it happens, and if so, we'll show you the action during intermission between the youth players. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back after the Zamboni supposedly set to make his rounds. We'll be back. My name is Vaughn Ullum on the call from Shaker Heights, Ohio. Acting. Huh? Acting. Just like the guy you. It's probably cold by now. Yep.
Yo, these are routes you want to get this game over with.
What?
These are routes you want to get this game over with.
Yeah, close. Told you I'll be here forever. You know what I really hope for?
Unfortunately, they get them.
You know what I'm really hoping for? Is that if this game ends tied, we go to OT, but I don't think that'll happen. What?
No.
But if these coaches really want more ice time,
All right.
you know what I mean?
When are you going?
When Shaker comes up. Then, okay, this keeps like disconnecting.
We'll get it now before I do that, because I don't have to do that if I don't have to.
Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans, and welcome into the J.M. Bartley Arena for Period 2 of Shaker Heights versus the Meadville Bulldogs, a squad from out in the state of Pennsylvania. Shaker Heights, and honestly, a really good and equal affair for the time being. Right now, it's 1-1. Shaker Heights tied with Meadville, but here's the thing with the stats. They're also somewhat even. 17-16, Shaker just narrowly beating them there. They're beating them in shots on goal, 11-7, face-offs, 10-6, but still that's a lot closer than it has been in the previous games, and the good thing is that they're on the winning side of those kinds of stats. Now Meadville, 1 for 2 on the power play, but really that's just scored that way because of the 5-minute major that came from Joey Moore with a harsh boarding into the opposite side corner in the Meadville zone. That harsh boarding went face first, did the Bulldog into the board, so that ended up being where that one Meadville goal came from. They scored it 4 minutes and 24 seconds into that 5-minute major, but the goal being scored is what really matters, and that evened us up at 1 apiece. Shaker Heights had their one opportunity on the power play. They did not convert. Their one goal came 56 seconds into the game. After that, nothing to speak of offensively. They've had their many, many chances. We'll see if they can get a couple into the back of the net before the clock hits 0 on period number 2. We send you back to the center face-off circle as Shaker Heights will be taking on Meadville in another 17-minute period. Thanks for joining. My name's Vaughn Ullum. Lenahan in to take the starting face-off for period number 2. Connor Mayhew to the near side wing. On the far side right now, can't tell who that is for the moment. Here's the issue. The scoreboard is totally off. As you can see from your camera, yeah, there's just nothing going on with the scoreboard. Totally off right now. No time, no nothing. Keep in mind, Colin Arth in the box for 2 as we begin play, but the thing is, Meadville has their guy in the box for 2 as well, but it's only going to be a couple more. Only going to be a couple more seconds. Well, now here's the issue. Scoreboard says Shakers down by 9, entering into period number 3 with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left to go. And while Shaker just scored, now it's 13-5, Meadville leads. Not sure what is going on, but now Shaker's down by 12, so that should be a mercy. And I don't know what penalty happened here because Meadville just lost 12 goals. We're back 1-1, 17 minutes up to the clock. Still should be period number 2. Right now it says period number 3. And now we're getting the penalties up. It still says period number 3, but don't you worry. We still have 34 seconds left to go. 34 minutes of ice hockey here from the J.M. Bartley Arena. Eventually, we're going to get period 2 up onto the board, but the scoreboard has at least gotten us back into the game. So right now, Meadville holds on. That pass goes awry. Teddy McGinnis tried to clear it from the neutral zone. Right now, out there is Andy Benincasa to join him on defense, but some quick shifts as already Lenahan and his forward line will be off as well. 16:32 left to go in the third and final period. Face-off once again from the neutral zone face-off dot. They're needing a new puck now, as that one sailed over the netting, I guess. It looked like it went into the bench, but instead went all the way up. Right now, the forward 3, Brokaw, Moore, and Juan into the slot, trying to fish it out. Are the couple of Red Raider forwards set up in front, and eventually Meadville did take a shot, and a clearing attempt kept in, but good work by Dylan Ursepke on a secondary chance to send it all the way down the ice. It will be an icing, but still very much worth it if you're a Shaker, because they were under fire. A second left to go in the penalty. But they're just going to let it happen. As they're going to say, a minute 59, it's enough. Not exactly the prettiest start to the period. Of course, again, don't look at the scoreboard. It's period number 2. Here's Arth trying to skate it forward. And eventually getting it back here. Taking the shot, I believe that time was Cole Richard. Indeed it was, but now he has to be back on the back check, because now it's 2 forwards, and Colin Arth and Joey Moore to pick back up the puck and get it out of danger. Back to Richard. Richard flips it up. Almost landed on the stick of Sebi Juan. Just missed it as Juan slapped his stick to the ice, but the puck just went wide. Joey Moore behind the net. Looking for a man to pass it to. He sends it up to the slot where Braden White misses the one-time chance. Joey Moore back with it. Takes the shot. Blocked by number 13, the Meadville Bulldog, right in front in the shooting lane. And now they're going to skate this one out. 5:15 left to go in the second period. Braden White out there right now with Elliott Hanna to create the defensive pairing. Forwards right now, still Moore, Juan, and Arth. Right now, Arth hangs onto it. Tries to flip this one down to Sebi Juan. Good A to B pass. But right now, Juan under pressure tried to find it in the slot for Joey Moore. But now he's going to rip a shot on a secondary chance. Another opportunity, that time for Rich, but it'll slide right across the crease, and it won't make its way past the red line, set behind the goaltender, number 35 of Meadville. 14 and a half left to go in the second period. This one sent down the ice. Michael Better is going to be there first as he exited the crease. This shot taken from very out wide, low percentage chance. Joey Moore trying to find Kiltz in the neutral zone, but the pass not on target. From the far side corner, it's taken by number 5 of the Bulldogs. Under pressure now, Salmon takes it away. Good pickpocket job from the attacking zone. It's Salmon out there with Rich and Kiltz. The forward 3 on defense right now, Hanna and McGinnis. Rich with a good turnover forced in the neutral zone, but taking it back is number 44. He was the other guy in the penalty box to begin the period after the physical altercation between him and Colin Arth. Very aggressive. They were cross-checking each other like crazy in the corner, and they wouldn't play the puck whatsoever. It was really just a battle between guys. No one really won the battle. Here's a skate into the slot, but that time by number 25 of Meadville, but poking it away was Michael Better. Shaker takes the opportunity. They clear it down. Icing was waved off. Salmon was the first guy there. On the backhand, he's under pressure. We'll see what he can do. Who's going to join him? It's Ryan Lenahan fishing it out. Pass in front, and it's going to go. This time, I believe, that it's Axel Schneider. And indeed it is. Axel Schneider, first goal of the year, and here's the thing, that's my puck in the net pick for the day. He was my puck in the net pick for the day. The other couple of guys, Colby Mayhew picked Joey Moore. He's yet to score. Ryan Lenahan was picked by Charlotte Juan. And here's the thing, the cameraman decided that, you know, Shaker's going to be winning this one in the final moments. He's giving the goal pick to Michael Better, thinking that he might get an empty net later on. But Axel Schneider getting the first goal of the season. The 2 assists obviously coming from Ryan Lenahan. McGinnis, the other assist. But big stuff from number 9. Couldn't find time to announce those picks earlier on. But believe me, Schneider was the pick because I believe he has been putting in an incredible amount of effort in all of these shifts, And that third line has really been looking a lot better, a lot quicker on their feet. And even though Axel Schneider moved up to line 2, they've just been looking better, Schneider being one of those guys. He almost had a chance in last weekend's affair against Findlay and Gilmore Academy. They've all had their opportunities. But Schneider that time capitalizing, scoring goal number 2 and taking back the lead. 2-1, Shaker Heights leads it with 12:33 left to go in the second period. Shaker Heights leading shots on goal in the second period, 5-2. Same kind of start we saw in the last period. They were leading 5-2 also in that period early on. There's a harsh hit into the near side corner boards on Colin Arth, but he's right back up to his feet. Here's this thing with this line. Arth, Moore, Juan, these are 3 guys that are going to give their all every shift. And they're also just knowledgeable about the game of ice hockey. Of course, guys like Joey Moore could get a little bit aggressive and take penalties. We also saw Arth, again, having that physical altercation. Here's a shot from the line, and it's scored by Sebi Juan. A low percentage chance made its way in from the near side post. It'll hit off. And Sebi Juan getting the goal and doubling this lead from 1-2, 3-1 the score now. 12:04 to go in this second period.
Your Shaker Red Raiders goal scored by number 19, Sebi Juan.
Aiden Salmon up the near side boards off the neutral zone draw. Sepke now takes it, tries to send it back into that Meadville zone. Right now the defensive pairing is Sepke and Richard. A pairing that we've been liking a lot early on this season. This one sent down the ice. Is it going to be an icing? Indeed it will be. Just barely made its way down. Just barely missed a stick of a Bulldog back along the blue line. But regardless, it did not touch the stick, go all the way down. It did, and so 11:42 to go in the second face-off back in the Shakers zone. Rich takes the draw. It's won back by Meadville. The shot by number 44, very much wide. It also had a bit of a curve to it. Here's Aiden Salmon up the far side boards, bumped off the play, a little bit up high. Shaker guys along the bench, that's where the hit was. They wanted a couple penalties, but no, Meadville on the attack, dropping it back to number 15, and this one flies up, and it flew all the way up into where the guys are going to film up there in the J.M. Bartley Arena, up where all the storage is. This time they're on the stairs, but typically they're going to film up there into that elevated spot, and somehow it just barely landed there. Regardless, point is 11:22 to go in the second period. Face off back where it last was to the left side of Michael Better, the near side dot. And right now, after the face off, there's a battle for the puck along the near side boards. Coming out with it's going to be Shaker. Dropping back is Richard. Richard's still out there with her Sepke, the forwards for the moment. Lenahan, Mayhew, and Schneider. Schneider back out there. Good looks right now on this second line And they're a big collision in that near side face-off circle. Right now, this line looking pretty good. Almost had a great play from Lenahan, who was trying to deke around one man and almost did effectively. Here's an offsides along the Shaker Heights blue line with 10:37 to go in the second. Meadville winning faceoffs currently in the second period 5-1. We'll see if they can extend that to 6-1. Max Brokaw in there. Not really a definitive face-off victory, but it looks like it's going to be Shaker coming out with it. Eamon Fury out with Brokaw and Lazar. That pass goes just awry. The icing is waved off. Number 13 of Meadville passed it right to Fury. Fury into the slot, nobody home, as Lazar had overdone it all the way down into the back of the net of number 35 of Meadville. Right now, 2 freshmen and a senior out there making the fourth line of forwards. Along those far side boards, Lazar with Fury fishing out the puck, but it's going to be Meadville to take it. Less than 10 minutes to go here in the second period. Number 27 skating it down, drops it off. Number 28 taking the shot, and off the glove of Michael Better. A good save once more. Brokaw up. He was looking to Eamon Fury. Pass just goes a bit too far. This shot once again off target by number 32 of the Meadville Bulldogs. Number 25 takes the shot once again. It's tipped and goes wide. Number 32, another shot attempt. Number 25 with a shooting lane open, and the shot goes wide once more. A lot of shot attempts being added, but the shots on goal numbers not really being helped out. We're needing to get a lot of pucks here. And here's another one. Not sure how many pucks we have left along the scorer's table, but looks like we have a couple more. If not, we're going to need to send someone to fetch one from all the different locations they've flown away. Just outside of that far side corner is where the last one flew. Face-off was in the Shaker's zone, and that bounced its way to Michael Better, so he's just going to cover up for another quick face-off. Shaker Heights winning this one 3-1 for the time being. Meadville trying to take it back to a 1-goal differential, but now it looks like we're going to have a tripping called on the Meadville Bulldogs. This time it's going to be number 7. Number 7 of Meadville in the box for 2, a big tripping call. Shaker Heights has really struggled on the power play. We'll see if they're finally able to tack one in here on their second chance of the late afternoon game. Mayhew trying to keep this one in along the near side boards, gets it to Lenahan. Lenahan under pressure by 2 Bulldogs, and now here's a breakaway chance being created, but Mayhew takes it away. Good stuff from Mayhew, now getting it to Lenahan. Lenahan did skate it in, but number 5 still playing an aggressive game, but Mayhew still not letting it happen. Mayhew scored the first goal of the game 56 seconds in. Other 2 goals came from this second period. Here's Richard trying to score another, but it'll go wide. I'm not sure if that was a pass attempt to Moore or a shot, maybe just a little bit of both. Here's Lenahan from the corner, is looking to Moore across the slot. Richard going to take a one-time chance, and that shot just out of reach of Lenahan as he falls down to the ice. It's going to be cleared down by the Bulldogs. 1:05 to go in the Shaker Heights power play. Of course, the next goal, always a big one. That's what we say when it's a 2-goal differential. Of course, the difference between a 3-goal difference and a 1-goal difference in the game of hockey, it feels monumental. It's just a huge difference, and if Shaker can tack on one more, typically that 3-goal difference is going to take all kind of life out of the Bulldogs right now. Along the blue line, there's a line of Red Raiders. As they were bunched up, not able to enter was Connor Mayhew. And this just barely offsides. The second line Now trying to make their way out on the power play. It's not working just yet, but now Arth and Lenahan hop off. Again, power plays have not been the strong suit for Shaker. We can't exactly place our finger on it as to why either. But once again, not able to score. They're now 0 for 2 on the man advantage chances. Here's Kiltz thrown off the play. He was bunched up by 3 Bulldogs, and it clears out to the neutral zone. It looks like too many men on the ice here. Looks like it's going to be on Shaker Heights. Who's it going to be? Ryan Kiltz to the box. That's who they're going to send. So too many men on the ice. Of course, not the typical penalty you're going to see, but the penalty we're going to get here. 2 minutes in the box. Shaker going to try and kill this one off. Meadville had their one opportunity with a 5-minute major. Here, a good opportunity on the rebound, but tying up the man was Andy Benincasa. Good defense by number 14. But it looks like he is grasping that arm. Not exactly sure what the issue was. Maybe he blocked the shot on that attempt as well. This one soars up. And did that go out of play again? Oh my God, it did. Or oh my goodness, it did. I have not seen a puck fly out of play as many times as we have today. And it looks like now we're going to be, some of the guys from the scorer's table going to try and get some of these pucks back. Trying to clear it out off the backhand was Juan. Doesn't work just yet. Number 25 skates it through from the near side corner. Off the boards to 15. Fans on the shot. Here's a secondary chance by 7. The shot just goes wide. Less than 6 minutes to go in the second period. Number 25 looking for a shooting lane. Trying to create one himself as he skates around, but nothing doing. Over to 5. Number 5 takes the shot, and it'll go wide. 5:45 to go in the second period. This pass clears itself out. Arth and Juan, the 2 forwards, that's going to be offsides on Meadville. The 2 defensemen that were out were Benincasa and Richard, but now we're going to get some changes as now the forward 2 are going to be Rich and Lenahan. On defense, Ursepke and McGinnis. 5:40 to go in the second period of play. Face-off outside of the Shaker blue line. Face-off won by Meadville. Number 15 takes it over. He goes cross ice and just barely offsides. Referees have been calling it really close along this blue line. Again, they called a very controversial one earlier on Shaker. Meadville currently winning the faceoffs 10-2 in the period. Make it 11-2 on the period. 45 seconds left to go on the too many men on the ice penalty from Shaker. So on the power play, still with the man advantage. Poked away by Dylan Ursepke, slowing down momentum in the neutral zone. Trying to create an offensive chance of his own was Lowell Rich, because he is playing the puck just really well. He took it away and cleared it down. Good stuff from Rich, making it happen all around the ice today. He's also had some great scoring chances, but nothing doing just yet for him. Here's number 5, skating it in. Only 10 seconds left to go until Kiltz is released. Number 13 fans on the shot. Shaker trying to clear it. It's Rich once again. It'll hit the hand of number 7 along the blue line of Meadville, but Shaker back to even strength. Here's McGinnis along the near side corner. Nobody with him as Shaker's now going to try and get back to their typical forward lines. Moore fishing it out from a scrum along the boards. And here's a pass to Lenahan, who was looking for a one-time chance. McGinnis with a second chance from the near side boards. Low percentage opportunity. And now here's number 28 trying to move it around Dylan Ursepke. Ursepke says no. And now Lenahan trying to create a chance to Joey Moore. Moore trying to skate it around. Secondary chance for Juan and make it goal number 2 for Sebi Juan. A 2-goal game now for number 19 of your Red Raiders. 4 minutes left to go in the second period. Shaker now leads 4-1. If we can take anything out of these 2 periods right now, it's the fact that Shaker is playing like a team. But still, keep in mind, 21 minutes of game clock until this one's over. Meadville still with a lot of time to at least even it up. But of course, a 3-goal difference can really take momentum away if you're the Bulldogs. Here's a pass, or I guess a shot, using the stick to clear it away. Here's Arth taking it in, leaves it to Juan. Juan bumped off the play. He was looking for the hat trick that time. It's cleared down the ice, and as he's hopping off for a change, he's getting a lot of fist bumps, taps on the helmet. I believe Lenahan credited on the assist once again, so he's had a handful. Now he's going to try and look for a goal as he's out there, a part of the forward line. Richard bumps number 27 off the play along the far side bench boards. Skating into the near side, Axel Schneider. He's got a goal in today's game as well, along with Connor Mayhew. Around the boards we go once more. Benincasa, the man to pick it up. He's got nowhere to pass it, so he's just going to skate it around and eventually clear it down to the neutral zone where Lenahan picks up the loose puck. Keeping it onside, just barely. Connor Mayhew dragging his foot, and the shot was made, but a great save. All the way down the ice we go, back to the Shaker zone. Lenahan pressured by number 29, extending the stick out to try and poke it away. So Lenahan frees it out to Axel Schneider. And eventually a couple more passes get it back to Lenahan as he skates it down the ice, creating a good chance himself, taking the shot just wide. But that was one of the best plays that we've seen from Ryan Lenahan. And yeah, that's going to be a penalty on number 26 of Shaker Heights. Very aggressive hit from the Red Raiders' Ryan Lenahan, but it looks like number 13 is going to go as well. So we'll see. We'll see how they sort this out as Billie Jean plays here at the J.M. Bartley Arena. The referees talk it over. Looks like they're both going to rule a roughing on both of them, a 2-minute for both of them. Which, honestly, the aggressiveness of Lenahan's penalty could have been argued as a 5-minute major. It just threw his elbow right into his head. But they keep it at 2 apiece.
Meadville penalty number 13, Evan Peterson. Shaker penalty number 26, Ryan Lenahan. Both 2 minutes roughing. Side of the penalties, 2:22.
So the roughing penalties keep it at 5-on-5 as they both offset. 2:22 left to go in the second period. 4-1 the current Shaker score. Braden White sends it up the far side boards, met by a Bulldog. Eventually the second chance to dump it down is going to work out. Salmon pressuring, trying to get the puck back. Rich going to help him out. They're out there with kilts right now to make a third line. Now Meadville clears it down. They were looking on the attack for number 15 to try and create a breakaway, maybe odd man rush chance, and now they've got one. Here's number 25 trying to fish it away on the back check was Kiltz. Here's a great chance on the secondary chance. Better laid out. Not sure why, because Michael Better did not have the puck, but the referee blew it dead. A couple of Meadville fans here frustrated by the call, but the call nonetheless. Meadville players clearly frustrated, looking to the referee like, why you do that? And well, the referee not with a great answer as to why. 147 left to go in the second period. Benincasa on defense, playing it with McGinnis. Sebi Juan out there right now with Arth and Moore to create the forwards. There's a good pass. Arth goes back to Juan, looking for the third of the game, but he's not able to get the hat trick just yet, so Juan goes back to the point. Benincasa looking for a shot, and it's blocked all the way down the ice. First man there, it looks like it'll be Ursepke versus number 25 of the Bulldogs, but the Bulldog gets there first. Pass into the slot. Man taken down as Shaker gets the puck back. Moore off the near side boards, finds Arth. Arth looking to Juan, nothing doing as the pass broken up by the Bulldogs. But here's a chance as Arth was trying to take it into the slot, but again, Meadville takes it away. Benincasa from his own blue line dumps this one in as Shaker's going to get a couple changes. Moore is the one man left to try and pressure Meadville. I know a couple of bad passes, but right now they're slowing it down and slowing it down effectively. Right now on offense, it's Arth, Lazar, and Schneiberg. Arth should be hopping off in just a minute as the fourth line of forwards made their way out. And indeed, it's going to be Arth hopping off, and replacement is Brokaw. On defense right now, they're sticking with Richard and Ursepke. 35 seconds left to go in the second period. Shaker winning by 3. And here comes Richard skating out from behind his net with Michael Better set up in the crease. Here's a pass up to Isaac Lazar. It's a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Lazar looking for the shot, just poked away at the last second. Now a secondary chance. Meadville takes it over. Can they clear it away? Just off the stick of Cole Richard. Yes, they can. 8 seconds left to go. Now down the ice, Shaker looking for one last chance. It's with Brokaw. Brokaw bumped up high off the puck. He'll take the one last shot at it, but it'll go wide, and that ends the second period of play. Lenahan will be back to the ice when we come back. He just now exits out of the box with the other Meadville Bulldog. I believe it was number 13 to exit as well. Keep in mind they were in the box for the final couple of minutes for their roughing penalties that offset and kept us at 5-5. 11 minutes set for the intermission, 17 minutes left of ice hockey. A big comeback to come back from if you're the Meadville Bulldogs, but of course you got those extra 2 minutes here today. But Shaker obviously holding on to a good lead that they created in that second period. The first period 1-1, but that second period Shaker won 3-0. We'll see if they can keep it up when we come back. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum on the call from Shaker Heights. Shaker leading at their home barn 4-1 against the Pennsylvania school, Meadville. tweaking out again. Last period until Thursday. Here we go. Remember? Okay. Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans, and welcome back in to the J.M. Bartley Arena. I'm hoping you can hear me right now because I know the microphone, it was looking a little bit bizarre, but regardless, we are back to it. 17 minutes up on the clock, but let me give you the stats here today for the game. Shaker Heights really lost on goal. They did win that, however. Shaker just being a lot more accurate. 9-7 in the period, 20-14 in total. In face-offs right now, they're losing that because they lost big in that second period. They had them doubled up 12-6. They were winning in that first period, but now they're falling short 18-16 in the game. Now here's the thing. Meadville has had 2 opportunities on the power play. 1 5-minute major from Joey Moore, 1 2-minute, and right now the scoring has them sitting at 1-4-3, but really it's that 1 goal that was scored in that 5-minute and 1 was not scored in the 2-minute. Shaker 0 for 2 on the power play themselves. But we're going to send you back down to the ice. Shaker winning in total 4-1. And they're playing a really good game. They're looking like more of a team than ever here against the Pennsylvania school. We send you back down to the ice. Vaughn Ullum is on the call from the Shaker Heights Thornton Park Ice Arena. Arth out there with Moore and Juan looking for goal number 5 to really put this on ice. There's a shot and a shoulder save. And we get our first whistle only 8 seconds in to the third period. Again, 17-minute periods. Both coaches just decided, hey, we want to see these teams play a bit more ice hockey today. We want to see them on the ice just a little bit more. And so they both agreed, now let's just add 2 minutes per period, 6 minutes in total of ice hockey. And so why not? They just decided to put 17 minutes up on the clock per period. Number 32 off the backhand from the point was looking for a shot, but now he's got a back check as Cole Richard is trying to create something. There, almost got an own goal off the skate of number 32 as Cole Richard was looking for a chance. Here's Lenahan looking for his first goal of the game, but here's the thing, he's been a big impact player. He's got 3 assists. Arth from the near side corner, wraps it around, looking for Richard. Richard tried to send it back as he was pressured from the point, and he didn't want to clear the zone just yet. Moore back to Arth. Arth takes the shot, and the stick save by number 35, the goaltender for the Meadville Bulldogs. Again, no accessible rosters, so we're living with the numerals here today for Meadville. Same thing as we saw from the Bowling Green State University Jamie Ruffner Memorial Tournament. And here comes Meadville. Number 25 under pressure as the rest of his guys were getting a couple changes. He didn't have any help, and so Shaker will now take it on the rush. Did I sound okay? 15:25 left to go in the third period. Axel Schneider with his first goal of the campaign. Sebi Juan with 2. So that's his first and second goal of the campaign this season. Here's Ryan Lenahan trying to create a chance on his own accord, looking for his 4th point of the night. Ursepke drops it back, finds Andy Benincasa. Benincasa finds a shooting lane, looking for the tip. Was Lenahan not able to get anything going, can't get a secondary shot off, so he's just going to skate around with it for a moment as he's pressured by number 44, a man that has had a lot of smack talk. At least that's what it seems, because he has been hit a great many times here today. We saw Colin Arth get into it. Here's a secondary chance covered up by the goaltender, number 35. But we saw a lot of physical contact between him and Colin Arth earlier on that got them both sent to the box. And then we saw a big elbowing from Ryan Lenahan near the end of that second period. He was trying to lay the boom, and that he did on that number 44 of the Bulldogs. It was 100% a penalty. He got called on a roughing, but the good thing is that it offset because number 13 was called for a roughing as well for Meadville. This one sent down the ice, so it looks like the icing will be waved off. Cam Mayhew, the first man there, as he's on defense with Braden White. Aiden Salmon, Lowell Rich, Ryan Kiltz, the current third forward line. Man thrown down by Braden White as number 27 was trying to attack him. So Braden White says no, throws him down. Here's Aiden Salmon taking the shot, and it'll go wide and into the glass. A lot of guys have almost scored today. Aiden Salmon almost had a great opportunity from a pass across the slot that came from Isaac Lazar earlier. From the near side corner, Meadville is going to skate it away. It's number 27. And this one tipped off of the glove of Michael Better and all the way into the glass. Shaker trying to clear it away. Braden White takes it from the weaker shot from the point and clears it down where Meadville maintains control. Here's a shot all the way from the neutral zone. Easy stick save by Michael Better as he tosses it behind his net. Now Braden White wraps it around. He's looking for Eamon Fury, who's out there currently with Isaac Lazar and Max Brokaw. 13-13 left to go in the third period of play. Shaker's still leading 4-1, the same as it was when he entered into the period. Big second period from Shaker, which is not the typical occurrence. Second periods have actually been their worst so far this season, but that being their best second period of the season as they won it 3-0 to end up taking the lead going into the second intermission 4-1, where the scoreboard now says the same exact score. Number 37 held up by Andy Benincasa of your Red Raiders, and in doing so, he's going to get the puck back for Shaker. And here, Max Brokaw might get an opportunity of his own. Tries to go around one man and take the shot, but nothing doing. Max Brokaw, number 24 on the back of his jersey, used to be Joey Moore's number as he skates into the corner to try and help as well. He's out there currently with Juan and Brokaw here. The puck flies into the traffic. Is Max Brokaw going to come back to the bench? And the forward joining him is going to be Colin Arth. Joey Moore sends a man down to the ice. No penalty called. That was a rough hit. And here's Richard on the shot and almost went through the 5-hole, but nothing yet. McGinnis on a shot as well, and the save is made. Meadville clears it down. Will it be on net? It looks like it will be, just barely. And right now, the Meadville man, number 9, trying to get into the face of Michael Better. And so Shaker defending them for the moment, trying to get him out of his crease, and now they do. 11:43 to go in the third and final period. Richard out there right now with Ursepke to make the defensive 2. The forwards right now, Mayhew, Lenahan, and Schneider, with 2 goals to their name on the day. but a lot of points because Lenahan has 3 assists on the day as well. Ursepke falls down to the ice, loses the puck in doing so, but Schneider takes it back under pressure by number 7 of Meadville, but skating it away. Ursepke taking the shot from the neutral zone. The save was made, but Ursepke getting it back to Lenahan. Lenahan to Mayhew, taking the shot. Rebound was given up. And now Lenahan raises his hands up in the air saying, I'm not trying to go for any more plays. These Bulldogs need to calm down. They were pressuring him heavily after the shot was made. Great opportunity there. Lenahan almost getting assist number 4, but not just yet. 11 minutes to go in the third period. Mayhew to take the draw as he leans down to the face-off dot. And Meadville wins this one back. Number 13 to skate it out from behind the net of number 35. Braden White dumps it right back into the attacking zone. Schneider just somehow keeping it in, and that hit up high. Could have been a penalty had the referee seen it from our angle. Number 27 now, looking for a shooting lane. Pass into the slot. He was looking for 28, nothing doing. Mayhew still out there with this second line of offense. Really treated as a first line as well. It really feels like it's line 1 and line 1A and line 1B because things like this go and happen. Mayhew creating a scoring chance, taking the shot. Almost a secondary chance for Lenahan, but it won't fall to his stick. But yeah, the line of Moore, Juan, and Arth continue to be out there representing the first line. Here is a shot just saved by number 35. Great opportunity created by Ryan Kiltz. Now here's Salmon trying to create a chance, taking the shot. Rebound to Lenahan, but no. Number 35 with another big save. And now the play whistle dead from along the blue line as the puck sails over the bench. 9:51 left to go in the third and final period of play. 4-1, Shaker still leading. And here in the third period, shots on goal, 10-0. Advantage Shaker, of course. And yeah, that's going to be a hand pass as Benincasa flipped this one off the back of his hand over to Aiden Salmon, and they're going to call that every time. Because of the hand pass on Shaker, faceoff goes back to their own zone. To take the draw will be Lowell Rich, out there currently with Kiltz and Salmon, making a third line. As they really have elevated Axel Schneider from this third line, especially after he clicked on that goal with Lenahan and Mayhew. And up to Salmon we go. Salmon has had a lot of opportunities to score a goal, just nothing yet. Popping into the back of the net. Here's Richard trying to create a defensive goal for himself, but nothing there. Into the slot. It's picked up by Kiltz, leaving it to Rich. Rich sends it into the near side corner. Kiltz takes it away and goes to the far side corner. Looking for a pass to the slot, broken up by a couple of Bulldogs in the lane, and they take it out to the neutral zone. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass or a dump-in attempt, but it'll make its way into the Shaker zone where Shaker picks it up. Here's Lowell Rich trying to create a chance, taking the shot, and it just barely snuck in the near side post. Perfect accuracy from Lowell Rich, putting up goal number 5. Shaker leads 5-1, and as you can see, the fans amped up about it, especially after a big loss the other day, getting some much-needed goals and some much-needed momentum today, as now they lead by 4. Perfect precision, accuracy from Lowell Rich, just sneaking that through. And now we get the fourth line of offense out there. They're going to be getting a bit more time, of course, because they have a hefty lead to work with. And Matt Bartley is now trusting his team against the Meadville Bulldogs, a squad that has not scored since the first period. But right now here they're going to look for goal number 2. Better makes the save. First shot on goal of period number 3. Cam Mayhew works it up to Isaac Lazar, pokes it ahead. Schneiberg trying to win the race there. He will not. Right now it's Lazar, Brokaw, Schneiberg. On defense it's Hanna and McGinnis. This pass over to Hannah. Misses the mark, so Hannah gets it back off the boards. Moves it up to Lazar. Lazar to Brokaw. Brokaw back up to Lazar. This fourth line really doing a great job at keeping the puck on their sticks, and they really feel like they have a lot of chemistry, as a lot of their passes have been working out just fine. And this is going to be dumped down the ice by Brokaw. Not exactly his intention, but it's going to be an icing on Shaker nonetheless. Only 7:45 left to go in the third and final period of what has been a great game if you are a Shaker Red Raider fan. Arth drops down into the face-off dot to the near side of Michael Better's net. Trying to fish it out from the tie-up was Sebi Juan. He's 1 goal short of a hat trick. The interesting thing is he's the 1 multi-goal scorer here today. Here's a pass into the slot, and that's just as textbook as it gets. Goal scored by Meadville, and they work it back to a 3-goal difference. And you're going to hear the youth hockey players booing them as they make their way to the fist bumps over by the bench. 7.5 left to go in the third and final period. Shakers still with a sizable 3-goal lead. Connor Mayhew up, wraps it around. Axel Schneider's going to be there. Number 7, the man to score the goal. And now here to the neutral zone. It's a 3-on-2 rush advantage. Meadville. This shot goes wide. Looking for a secondary chance. Michael Better snatches it up before any quality shot was taken. 7:10 to go in the third period. It's a 3-goal game. Shaker leading 5-2. Face off to the left side of Michael Better, trying to poke it outside of the zone was Lenahan, and with the help of Mayhew and Schneider, it will reach that point. Now this is going to go wide of the mark. Face off will be taken in the Shaker zone because they whistled icing off, so Michael Better needs to hold it down for the whistle. Less than 7 minutes to go in the third period. Shaker up 5-2. Couple of changes now as they get Kiltz, Salmon, Rich back out. Rich, the last goal scorer, as he showed the perfect accuracy to sneak in through the post, and the goaltender number 35. And now here's number 28 skating it down, met by Ersepke's stick as he takes it back and now takes it up. Pass off the boards, he's looking to Kiltz. Kiltz tried to grab the loose puck against number 32 of Meadville. It won't work out. Bumping number 27 off the play was Lowell Rich. But Meadville still in control. Loose puck snatched up by them between the blue lines. And back to the Shaker zone is Richard. Richard up to Kiltz, just out of reach. But Richard going to make up for it by getting the puck back, trying to send it into the slot. Almost an old goal that time, as a Meadville Bulldog was tripping up by his own doing into the slot. Braden White flips this one up into the opposite side corner of the Shaker attacking zone. Kiltz over to Salmon. Salmon's going to get there. He's got Rich wide open in the slot. Doesn't pass it his way. Meadville just not able to clear the zone yet. Salmon held up along those far side boards as Meadville dumps it down. Meadville going to be the first squad there as number 25 won the race. But of course, in high school hockey, regardless of whether you win the race or not, it's an icing nonetheless. And so Shaker will get a face-off in their attacking zone with 5:40 to go in the third. Arth to Moore's left. To the right, it's Juan. Moore, the man to take the draw. Hannah and White, the two on defense for the moment. Juan looking for goal number 3, but maybe he can pick up an assist as Joey Moore across the slot got the chance, but the shot was just guarded by a good, quick kick save by number 35, the goaltender of the Bulldogs. Right now, the Bulldogs hang on. Good work by number 25 to keep the puck on his stick as he drops it back to number 44, taking the shot over the net. Off the glass, Meadville looking for a wraparound chance, held up by Arth, and now in the slot looking for the poke but covered up by number 32, Michael Better, with another phenomenal save. We've seen him flash the leather. We've seen him make quick kick saves. We've seen him make saves all around, and that is why he is on the winning side of a 5-2 game. We'll see if he can keep it up through the final 5:08 of the third final period. Winning this face-off, or at least taking it off the draw, was Shaker. Schneider picking it up. And he is being a lot quicker than the other guy, number 44. Again, a guy that Shaker has almost targeted today. Here's a pass across the slot, was looking for Mayu, but he misses the one-time chance. Meadville on the opportunity to clear it. Not a lot of oomph on the clearing attempt, but they're somehow going to get it out to the neutral zone where Shaker picks it up. Up to Connor Mayhew. Mayhew off the backhand, has it roll around the boards. 4.5 to go in the game. Pass up number 27, who's tripped up by Connor Mayhew. And Mayhew skates his way nicely right to the box, as he knew it immediately, and he sits down in the box for 2. He knew immediately that they would whistle it down on him. So as he pulled back the stick, he skated his way right to the box. So as he's surfing the penalty, Shaker Heights is going to try to clear it away instead of trying to attack for a couple more goals. Here's a shot. It'll be tipped wide and up and into the netting. 4:08 to go in the third. A minute 47 left to go on the power play. Meadville down by 3. A goal here could put them in an empty net situation. They're going to say this one hit the netting up high and out of play. Not sure if it did hit the netting, but the referee said it did. Nothing you can do at that point. 4 minutes to go in the third. Richard to take the puck from the near side corner. Move it to the far side corner. Now off the backhand, trying to clear it. There's a big guy, number 27, right in his lane. And this time it is cleared out. Lowrich trying to create a breakaway, but nothing doing, as he had just overskated the puck. The captain, number 25, up to 5, but poked away. It'll go to the near side corner. Richard playing it aggressively, and the puck goes down to the Meadville zone. Number 25 skates it out of reach of Lowrich, who is pressuring him deep. Trying to deke around Ryan Kiltz and Dylan Orsepke won't work out, as Shaker clears once more. Less than a minute to go on the power play. Unless Meadville scores quickly, it looks like Jeffrey Ullum, the cameraman's goal pick, will not work out, because there's no point typically in the 3-goal difference. You're not going to find an empty net chance for the goaltender. Pass back to the point. Shot made and a tip, but a great cover up by Michael Better once again. Whether or not he scores, that's not his job. His job is what you saw right there. Wonder how many high schoolers have scored goals from their goaltenders. It's not a high percentage. Granted, it's not a high percentage in the professionals. In high school, I wonder if it's a greater amount or a lesser amount. 2:44 to go in the third period. Shaker leading by 3. Moore wraps it around the boards as he's looking to find a captain, Ryan Lenahan. He's out there as the 2 forwards defending, as Connor Mayhew stands in the box. 10 seconds to go on the penalty. Benincasa wraps it around. Shaker playing not at all like they're on the disadvantage, as Connor Mayhew makes his way out from the box to join the play. And now it's a 2-on-2 rush if they hurry. Lenahan up the ice with Mayhew. Mayhew dumps it down. Shaker touches onside from the neutral zone. 2 minutes to go in the third period. Richard, the first guy to the puck in the Shaker zone. Richard whiffs on a pass up. So now he just flips it over to find Eamon Fury. Fury up the ice, Joey Moore. Moore looking for Lenahan, trying to drop it off. Eamon Fury keeps it in his possession, wraps it around, looking for Lenahan. Lenahan trying to pass it back to the slot for Fury, can't connect. Will the clearing attempt work out? No, Sepke keeps it in. Looking for the shot into the slot. Nothing doing. Lenahan going off for a change. Moore remains out. This pass back to Moore will escape the zone. It was just out of the reach. Moore leaves it back to Sepke. Sepke trips up on his own. Puck goes back to Richard. Richard off the boards. Pass to himself. Nifty move. Looking for a pass into the slot if he can find one. He was looking to Brokaw. Can't connect. Here's a shot goes wide. 1 minute to go in the third and final period of what has been a longer game than usual. Sepke up to Isaac Lazar. Lazar up the ice under pressure by multiple Bulldogs, and now the clearing attempt will work out for Meadville. Braden White skates it up into the blue line. Kicks the puck back on his stick. But he's still under pressure, and now because he's playing it too aggressive, Meadville will be able to clear it down the ice, but it's waved off for icing. Cam Mayhew up the far side boards, creating a chance of his own. He's got a couple of guys in the slot, but Max Brokaw loses it between the skates, and it slides right through. This pass down the ice. Michael Better will snatch it up with 14 seconds to go, as Shakers ought to know that they have won this game. We'll see if it stands at 5-2. Meadville down by 3 for the moment. We'll see if they can get one final tally to try and send themselves home with at least a little bit more of a smile on their face. But right now, Shaker not letting him get to the puck first. From the near side corner, Shaker trying to clear it with Braden White. Now Kiltz. Kiltz skates it down. 2 seconds left to go. We'll see. He would have created a breakaway chance, but nope. The time winds down, but Shaker wins this one regardless. 5-2 your final through 3 17-minute frames. Typically a 45-minute game. Today we got 51 minutes of ice hockey. Shaker Heights more than doubling the score of Meadville. The 5-2 final is exactly what Shaker Heights needed after their big loss against Padua Franciscan on Friday's home opener game. A lot was going into that game, but Shaker Heights was able to get the victory here, though it wasn't exactly that same kind of home opener crowd. But Shaker Heights, again, winning 5-2. They won just about every single stat you see except for one. Shots attempted. They did win by 10, 47-35 in that department. What was really the big difference was the shots on goal, where they got 15 more. It was 34-19. Meadville's accuracy did not shine here today. A lot of wide shots up and into the goal line boards or into the glass. They just did not work out with their accuracy here today. A lot of shots going wide. Here's the thing. The face-offs was not what Shaker won. Face-offs have been a little bit of a struggle in the recent games. They lost in that department, but only by 1, 24-23. On the power play, Meadville a lot less effective on the power play than their last game in Bowling Green. They only went 1 for 4, where in that last game they went 4 for 7. So much improvement being shown by Shaker Heights, but they did still go 0 for 2 on the power play. Still something they need to work on is that power play look. But Shaker Heights wins this one 5-2, and we're going to have a little bit more of a short week because we only have 3 days of rest. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Shaker's going to be back to it on Thursday, as there's going to be 2 games from the Thornton Park Ice Arena tournament. There's going to be 2 games on Thursday, 2 games on Friday, and then 4 Saturday, 4 Sunday. So only half the teams are going to be playing Thursday, half the teams on Friday, but then everyone gets a game on both days, Thursday and Sunday. And again, I believe we will be seeing Meadville once again in that Thornton Park tournament, whether or not Shaker will be facing off against them. But we'll see you right back here at the J.M. Bartley Arena. Shaker Heights wins this game 5-2, and we'll see you on Thursday as Shaker takes on the Strongsville Mustangs for the first game of their host tournament. Thanks for joining.